Louis V show, so sick, teach her beat them body now. Back like massa. Someone say body, someone say Gaza. Smoke and bread, no Zaza. Port over man, no Gaza. Money and the Gaza, bad man. So come on, Gaza. Atta and the Tina, the popping and the salsa. You don't watch them, I watch me, them I play. I see them, I don't think me up on the TV. TV, free of you, then on YouTube. What do you use?
Last night, one piece of something. She pulled me shirt and then she got my button. I remember something needed something. Though she got that pants from button. Last night, she got my baby singing like a man. I remember something needed something. This is how everything I'm dancing about the timing. Take it to ride it out. Cock it for my tree root. Tell me that she not me. You don't want me to true. Take it down and it's up. Talk it from my kid. So if that shit so I'm bitch, you know me. Why the hell make it nice for me? You know I'm breathing, it's for me. You better run up and down in me.
She want a man biggie or the money plenty. A man this she want no 10 or 20. She want no source of money. He or the money. She want no source of money. He or the money.
Let me tell you girl, thing I used to say. I used to talk to other boys my age. Then the Gaza done me came along. Make me smile all the while. Feel money tall and it's so strong and him love long slow.
Young man has strength for the roof and sing it.
touch me. Just know say the thing well up, yeah. Top class and me full of top sauce. Me cologne it a kick in the green light glass. Up when me walk past, girl love the jack class. And I meet them, girl I ever dance up. When it's up, when it's so saucy. In rapper English, jeans so saucy. Rapper English, beat so saucy. Call me king in the streets, come saucy. Rapper English, beat so saucy. Rapper English, jeans so saucy. Rapper English, beat so saucy. Rapper English, the street come saucy. Rapper English, tell them go easy. Go easy.
Rapper English,
Take them girl and make it look so easy. So easy. Then we send back your problem now, we don't need it. No, we don't need it. Yeah, really hard man, we are pro. Rapper English, them for now. No, watch out, girl, you follow. Rapper never spin a dollar. Oh, all around for now. Yeah. Watch out, girl, you follow. Rapper never spin a dollar. Oh, all them for the world. When you're mine now, I am climber. Me I want you, G I want you too. Your body just clean and curve. Me I want you, G I want you too. She smell me in the dust and you're not fast. Me I want you, G I want you too. What a day when your boyfriend find out. Him a fuck you and me a fuck you too. You stick a girl from junction. 1, 3, 2, 3, don't man. Say me's a nice little young man. God know she have a house man. Girl me no care about your husband. Put on the beat for your husband. Post me and you from Poland. When you go over like a middle finger. Me need to get your own leave me in the window.
Rapper English, take what it is.
Teacher, lady, I wanna fuck you like a middle finger. Me need to get your own leave me in the window. So who's in the bed? Tell him why you wear. Try that, throw your body in the breast. Why not? And your body in the
Rapper English, Rapper English,
lady, I wanna fuck you like a middle finger. Me need to get your own leave me in the window. So who's in the bed? Tell him why you wear. Try that, throw your body in the breast. Why not? And your body never made in China. Some frozen body body, you're not cheating right. Fuck a nation, no girl, but you're pretty tighter. If there ever had the area, fight that. Everyone me never strike like that. It's a Italian love shit, money and a pumps it. Neil and a suck it, pretty little muffin. You know sweet water, me less a block it. So me love to go pussy, them a country, me up a pussy and your tongue. Girl a pussy come, smarty call your mommy. Why do that look good? I'm not the man that tell me something, can I talk shit? But I watch that other shit, so now I don't know what it's from. You know see your pussy 2 times. Me fuck you more than 2 times. Like we fucking in the morning. In the night we go fuck under the moonlight. Turn up your roof light. Go in the fridge for some cool ice. Deal with the cocky like a food fight. Then she look for me and feel like a fight. Me and the chicken and the chicken and the chicken. Oh, promise. Look how you busy, look how you look how you She said, why baby, I be hard, put it on me. She said, chicken, I be not chicken, you just sit on me. Cooking on your baby, gonna stitch it, gonna stitch it.
me see what you want to know. Do you want to see bitch and make me see? See how the song run, me and the next run, me and the kind of thing run. Now fucking on your feet. Money and nothing to free. Body language I know with it. Doctor Miami know your best I never free. Look round when you're riding. Body and make your jaw get divided. It's gonna be rough up on your pussy, you no listen to me right there.
Smooth as out, the wine is set out. Break the jazz. Attention, she's just a little scary. And you pussy just a jump like a rabbit. She going me around with the daddy. She going me around with the daddy. Tell me body me baby, I see no panic. Pussy down in your throat, find you for me. Under the magnum, dummy. Fine, but I don't need her up. She still don't need her fuck. Now she got up, she don't show the phone and I be back. When you call on your phone now, hang up, and you bring your tight boom boom. Cocky send up, is not a line and a half. It's a send up. When we done fuck you better so you bend up. Kill her than me pants with me. Your pussy and get your hook, me coulda dance up. You want to be number one too. Now me fi bring the magic, but I never dance up. When me baby man is true, but I never struggle. Fuck you on the water bed, surrounded by jungle. Me never take on the works and make you angle. Pussy and the fire burn like a jump, but she say me down no conscience. Girl, the way you book, me no buy you to keep them on fresh. She say me down no conscience. Girl, me love it when you're skinny too. Plus me love it when you're back fresh. She say me down no conscience. Yeah, the girl that is my name, that boy like you love the dance. She say me down no conscience. Girl, me love it when you're back. Oh, the nigga inside of you. Whoopee! Tell me last night, so this is the last time. So you fuck you like you come to last time. Put the pop play for the edge of your start one. Man, my friends, you want something them can't find. One in a million, best pussy in a fall time. Love it when you dip and get a cocky in fashion. Pussy give me joy, you don't see that you pass down. Keep it clean, but play with mass man. It's such a blessing, girl. But I fuck you for the rest of my life. I'm blessing, girl. Blessing. It's such a blessing, girl. But I fuck you for the rest of my life. It's such a blessing, girl. Like you want the leader, girl, you want the queen. No man, you want the leader, girl, the pussy so clean. Like you want the that take you out of the scheme. Put your up on the inside, I'm down to the green. Pussy that I'm blessing if you know what I mean. When you pop to you, this alone make a scream. Yeah, but when you stand, so the roll is a scene. King Fortress, no, you up on your own, never dream. It's such a blessing, girl. But you fuck it for the rest of your life. Be nice like it would. Set up on your knees and behind at his sword. Set me on the door when your mind watch it roll. Can you want me queen, can me wife, can me hold. Your money fit your street and your right fit your rule. Could you be free every night like your roll. Sarge, you roll, fit you roll. Chanel, put her to the roll. Tell you what hotter than the mess. Tell you better than the mess. Now dirty girl, can't guess. Wine for the baby. your pussy too good feel. Better you fuck somebody else. Call me else. So what a big damn body. So what a big damn body. Call me else. Call me else. So what a big bang body. So what a big bang body. Call me else. Call me else. Me just wanna get in my element. Me know it's scare me, need a present. Since you got free, come show me the evidence. Tight pussy girls ever in a fashion. Up it's trending. Love a candy so I can keep it cash. Outstanding. Fling the jars away, fuck her away. She'll come back tomorrow. Fling the jars away, fuck her away. Them yellow bother me feel it. Can I send me the pussy pills in the kitty? She said she ever take a 5 if she no see 6. And I tell me so we have to run the girl and I split your mother. Yes, it's the man don't fuck with me. Uptown me a pray for the pretty bitch. Me have my money don't cook it. Me no fuck my girl, make them sit at the shit. No girl can't come me. No girl can't run me. I already tell you this. No girl can't come me.
Proper English, girl, and the proper English, proper English, proper English,
Yes, I need them all. Girl, don't see me in a Prada. Running, you know, you the call up. She put up into the new child. Ding go on. Bench on jail. The car of one. You know me, I'm a friend and Shalala, me a play with the girl, but not enough. I've been at the bands outside. It's a cool ride, me I'm a friend and boozy. We don't give a fuck about my people, so fuck you. I've been at the people outside. It's a cool ride. Make English, cook them.
Bucks if a boy violate DJ proper English. Make bad, you're fuck.
Make English, cook them.
Bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast street. My body so long it doesn't know me. It's looking at my kids like a bossy.
Hey, yo,
you know, sister, we are create things like the ocean, yeah. When you're there, be down, you saw no explosion, and we make it commotion, yeah. Every dance with the machine of motion, we bounce no time, yeah. We greet first, and sound like the ocean, and waves like the ocean, yeah. When they pass your console, son. Never need to go in like one beer. When they pass on me, you know, so me, I ain't going to stop the man, but it doesn't have to find out anything goes. Me, I live my life, but I live that's a bit of noise. Are you serious right now? Come on, go ahead, some yellow start to your one for your yard. Don't think they be alive. Lucky she done sell with a knife. And some boy, I fuck some ways to the road. Up them a chase for a round. Only fuck you, I fuck some dope. Then I walk up with it in a crowd. Hey, no girl, we fuck you outside the shower. Me make me girl be that for the corner. Baby, miss you know them policy. After 9 o'clock, she can't call me. After me, I hear that, yeah. After me, I hear that, yeah. She make a nose, after certain time, don't contact me, yeah. You don't know what they want to see. Cheat your girl, but she a go cheat or something. So you make a freak, give the link. Fuck the girl in the kitchen, wash the dick in the sink.
Me a link full of money contact.
Proper English, girl, and the proper English together.
Me a link full of money contact. Girl, I swing it pussy, give me contract. And I feel see me say they done that. Fuck y'all, make money run ganja. Man, yeah, say you lose ball every month strap. Got like so much that disappear every waist boy with one snap. Roll me on your gun stuff. Yeah, plug on from Tiffany to Flanker. Still can't hear me, I'm the pussy out the road standard. Still higher than Lancax. Me and every link cool and every man chop. Yeah, shot off his spinners answer. Full stunt pan the boss, them a prankster. My cup of two, now we wall face monster. Baby, a link full of me contact. fear, see me say they done that. Fuck y'all, make money, run ganja. Man, yeah, in the play loose ball every month stop. They got like so much shut that disappear every day. One step hot. And you matter now, it's big hot soon.
Proper English, girl.
Everything on the top, so I'm moving on.
Somebody see me drop the dance there.
Big and full of money contact. Tell us when you push it in the ganja. And I feel see me say they done that. Fuck y'all, make money, run ganja. I'm in the play loose ball every month stop. Guinea got like so much shut that disappear every case boy with one snap. Roll me on your gangster, full of gun from Tiffany to Flank. Yeah, I'm the pussy out the road, standard, stay higher than Lancax. Me and everything cool and every man chop. Chop tough is been a Zanza. I try put stuff quite fast, never prankster. Like up for too long, we want to get spiked.
Proper English, girl.
Yeah, I wish. Reach to the stars, if I miss me, get you close. When me said the money, no one that you make me broke. You me love the clock, chip up on this loud. Take a fuck on the matter, you know me chopstick loud. Stay true to myself. Now watch this crowd, now free. Yeah, that's gonna lock this girl, me like yeah. Crash this door, put it on.
Proper English, girl.
Snatch them some, chop them down. Rock them down. It's the one, watch them fuck. So must chop them grave for the shot them all. Up look on me. English, come there.
Proper English, girl.
Get the youth, but we go on, we been away. Feel the light of mine. If you live it up, who knows, you're still a queen, you're still a king. Feel the light of mine. See the right of man, stand to you to them, by human. You never rule in them, want that human. Take what they want and girl. We not sure if them a fish and man. Yeah, you only blessed from your heart, friend, we say, yo, you want so it go. It's a reason why I'm in the unruly boss. Think I must remember up, me never stop, no. Tell me that, drunk in it, them can't stop me like I'm on the way. DMG, that's what me said. SK that give me a pain around. Yeah, 20 minutes dropped up, give me the X5 and step it try to bring that hamburger, them still have me so.
Push the hood up. I like this song. Excuse me, no pagans. Now seek validation. Those are not narration. From you now your patrons. Boasting about name brands. But also over 8 grand. When we searching out the same books. Why on a car? English, come from now
Proper English, girl.
why should I lose me? When the year is up. Yeah. 2-2. Excuse me, excuse me, no pagans. Now seek validation and admiration from you now your patrons. Boasting about your brands. Excuse me, no cost over 8 grand. When we setting up the same one with the cost of a straight pass. Excuse me, no pagans.
We're nowhere to go. Boy, shop on the movie. Here is a target.
Boasting about name brands, but cost over 8 grand. When we setting up the same one with the cost of a straight pass. Why on a Ferrari with nowhere to park it? Why shop on the Louis V? When the air is a target.
Here is a target.
No time on my face. 2 minds me a save. Them go spend the
Trendy.
bank account can't empty. Here can over market. Leave me wife when me want some. Cause them sign ya
Breathe up.
trying to put
That
that
beat up.
farming over class. Investment over bracket. In every chance when me sneeze up, me alright baby.
Seven is what is not. Squeeze the Benelli, hey, fuck up all gun. When my walking on the lane, that's the guy never partial. Till the things the boy if he dead, my rugged passport. The top shotting on everything you ring. Roll out, come on. By the board. Crazy, me and here we make the play the lane. I miss me for them, I run the one them like a craven ape. One down way, quickly off the rain. Play it even even Superman can't see the day. Say them is. Say them is. Say them is. Say them is bad, them is not. Load up that kick, tell it hand, but the one. Shoot the blood fly, make you and my friend. Put a life in the this one, this hand. Family side dance, if you must have flipping it. Mother's fresh apart, son. Squeeze the Benelli, hey, fuck up our gun. When I'm walking the way, I say you're never partial. Put a life in the this. Is that? Say them is. Say them is. Say them is. Say them is. Say them is bad, them is not. Load up that kick, tell it hand, make it one. Shoot the blood fly, make you and my friend. Put a life in the this one, this hand. Family side dance, if you must have flipping it. Mother's fresh apart, son. Squeeze the Benelli, hey, fuck up our gun. When I'm walking the way, I say you're never partial. Till the things the boy if he dead, my rugged passport. Nice to us, they make these little talk shotting on everything you ring. Roll out, come on. Is it? Crazy, me and here we make the play the lane. I miss me for them, I run the one them like a craven ape. One down way, quickly off the rain. Play it even even Superman can't see the day. Say them is.
This video will be fun.
Say them is.
Keep it one.
Say them is.
Jokes by the board. English got jokes by the board. English got jokes by the board. English got jokes by the board. English jokes by the board.
Something else.
English got jokes by the board. 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 Jokes by the, yeah. Yeah, tell us your jokes by the, jokes by the board. Airplane one. Airplane one. Airplane, yeah. Yeah, tell us your jokes by the,
Please do another one. Just funny board.
the ship full of food, proper English, never know so much I would. If this reach news, me I send another load.
Up first this evening, $4.5 billion in cocaine. It's a major drug bust, which the security forces say.
Some money now, John's Ford. Course gotta stay on the course for the John's Ford. The blood in the John passport. One left, I carry about 4 little low. Left to the sun, into the night course. Before the boat, I go drop the pork out, John. Millions, me up on 4.4 billion. Jug money make me live life, some can boss. Jugs by the board.
One to the baboon, yeah, man, the cartoon, yeah, man.
Jugs by the, yeah. Me and Jugs by the
Baboon, yeah, man.
Jugs by the
He can Superman. Proper English, we shoot a man. Baboon, yeah, man. Cartoon, yeah, man. Proper English, a sound man. Give me a sound, a sound, man.
Nah, please, everybody here. Yeah, please, everybody. Come, Shady,
Tell them
come
not
to
to
this
pay for
show.
this Rise Clock exclusive.
Come to the show, Sandy.
I don't think nobody got that done.
No, them have it, man. Me have bother. Yeah, man, yeah, man. Mhm.
Yeah. So we're back. We're about to jump into some hot topics that's been going on. If you're trying to jump in, make sure that you call us at 404-603-0414. Go ahead and chime in live with us. So yeah.
Tell a friend to tell a blood clot friend. Share the live.
Share the live as well. Make sure that you also subscribe to the YouTube channel as Sisters on the Go, and make sure that you follow on the Instagram as well as Sisters on the Go. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. The first thing first, what do you guys think about the Micaiah Bryant incident that happened? And for those who are not familiar with Micaiah Bryant, She's a young lady that basically was shot and killed by the police in reference to some allegations that
That's a 15-year-old?
16-year-old.
she was 16.
That's really impressive.
Okay, well, I just shared this young lady on the screen, so if you want to log on social media, we do have her up, as well as a picture as well of the video that they have out regarding the incident that took place at her home. Now, from my understanding, I believe it was that she did call the police in reference to even having them come over there in the first place.
So she called the police?
Supposedly she had called the police in reference to whoever these two kids is. But my thing is, my question is that how in the hell did this happen? Because in the footage it seemed like this is some adults there as well. So I'm just trying to figure out.
Even the guy kicked
Now,
one of the
that
girls
was like
in the
somebody
head.
parent. So that's what I'm saying. So basically parents is on scene with this whole incident going on and watching this unfold like this.
So I'm on the fence with a lot of it. And the reason I'm on the fence is officers are taught how to disable people. And to shoot a 16-year-old, I believe 3 or 4 times in the back, I mean, that's a lot.
It is.
That's a lot. And you know, on the other hand, you know, there's people like, well, she had a knife to that girl. But again, there's other ways you could have disarmed her 3 to 4 times in the back. That little girl can have no chance.
My thing is this, you know, the situation is sticky because, you know, kids these days go through so much, and then I've seen a lot of videos where I've seen bitches go to a chick house and snatch her out the crib, let alone be out in the front yard fighting at
Yeah.
So
15.
my question is, she called the police from inside her house, right?
I'm guessing.
Right? She called the police and was like, the girls are outside knocking on the door saying, let me in. Right?
I'm trying to
And when the
figure out
police
how
pulled
they get
up, she was outside running around with a knife. That's all I want you to think
And there
about.
was 2 adults standing
And
at
that's
a
the
car.
thing. I'm thinking,
And
I-
kicked
like I said,
one of the girls.
I ain't
when
even-
I'm first hearing the incident,
I ain't
you
even
know,
worried
this
about
some
the 2
shit going
adults.
down with no parents around. Like I'm thinking, there's 3 underage kids
I ain't worried
having a
about.
brawl, and you know what I'm saying, in the front yard, and to see a video where it's an adult out there, like, hold on.
Like I said, she called the police from inside her house, and the video shows the police showing up and her outside chasing somebody with a knife. That's how
But the fact
that's
that
how I
an adult was
interpreted
out
the
there,
story.
though, the fact that an adult was out there though, and it escalated to where a child is dead.
I don't expect
That's what I'm-
all adults to do anything better than children nowadays.
Well, clearly,
Because I seen adults and
You said what?
I've seen presidents and I've seen politicians do dumb shit over the past year. So I wouldn't expect them adults to be doing nothing anyway. Because if it got that far that a black girl had to call the police while adults were outside, then them adults ain't doing shit.
but I'm
You
just
pick the
saying,
call police out your yard.
that's blood on their
If you
hands
did that?
too, I feel, because you're a whole adult out there watching this
It
go
is.
down. Police put up this poor baby get shot because
Yeah, because you hear the guy saying, you shot my baby, like,
Yeah,
in the
so
video.
how
Like, you hear him saying that, like,
to me I couldn't be her mother because I'd be gunning for him. Like, how could you have been
That's sad.
outside and allowed this to happen to our child, regardless of the situation? How could you allow this to have happened, to escalate?
so do you feel
Exactly.
as though, so how, do you guys feel as though the officer's wrong?
Absolutely, because I feel like they're still underage kids, and you know, these kids nowadays are so
Shorty was
unpredictable,
big though.
especially with the shit that they
Give it
watch
to you.
and that they.
Yeah,
guess what?
She, so, okay,
I
so
don't care about
let me
underage
just say
kids.
this. So, in the event that he didn't shoot her, she would have stabbed that girl.
Exactly. If I was that cop, I would have shot her.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying.
One
They're taught
shot,
differently to disarm you in certain ways. So that's what I'm saying. Why you didn't shoot her in the arm? Why did you shoot her
I don't know
3
where.
to 4 times?
I don't know where I would have shot her. I know if I was that cop, she would have got shot.
I don't know.
All I know is
Everybody would have died.
if I was that cop, she would have got shot. I don't know where I would have shot her. But if I would have jumped
So
out the
why
car,
not tase her?
Why
not taser?
I'm sorry.
Why not tase her?
I would have put him to taser.
probably.
And that's what I was
If I jumped out the car and just saw her chasing that little girl with a knife, I'm shooting her, bro.
If it was all
That's
about
me.
getting her down, why not just tase her? You know what I'm saying? If it's that's the case,
Baseball.
that still put a
They would have called me
restraint.
the taser cop.
You know, and she only a kid too.
Yeah, I
so,
was just-
come on.
You talk loud.
Because I don't know. In my eyes, that's the girl who called me that's running. You understand? If I just got there and I opened the door, that's the girl who called me. The one that's running, not the one who has the knife. That's who called me. So that's why I'm gonna say a knife, bow. Who am I now your leg or someone? I don't know.
I'm on the fence. I just don't
Yeah,
think he
that's
should
just
have
me.
shot her.
Yeah, me too. I feel like that maybe what shot as with a taser, maybe. Okay.
I don't know about her
You know
back,
what I'm saying?
but
But to just gun her down.
Yeah, I
and
want
then
one.
knowing that you're dealing with
you on the one.
knowing that you're dealing with
Well, I
some
like
kids,
that.
this is not even an adult situation.
Fucking up them dreads.
Yeah, that shit.
You ain't gonna have no ankle. Something.
It's a lot of that going on right now. What about the little boy? There was a little boy that just got shot by a cop too. Wasn't it Virginia? Same thing. He took his hands out of his pocket, put his hands up. The cop shot him in the chest. Like,
Don't move.
damned if you do, damned if you don't. So it all boils down to a thing where, again, you see a white dude running at the police with a knife and they not shooting this man. But you got a 16-year-old girl attacking someone else and she didn't even see the cop.
But this is that's my
And
that's
She didn't even know the cop.
that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, murder. We know what the fuck is going on out here. If I call the police on somebody, man, now I left a coach until them reach my door with them badge, bang, bang, bang. Yo, are you that when I call brother? The fuck she doing outside with a knife? You called the police already. You already snitched.
Not only for nothing, but again.
And if your parents
you're
are
still a
outside
child.
with you,
You're still a child. You gotta think of the mentality. Maybe she was feeling like she could also try to scare them off with a knife. Too, you know, kids do dumb shit. You gotta think like this wasn't a grown woman. This was still a kid at the end of the day.
you just told me her parents was
Making
outside
a
watching.
crazy decision
And kicking the
to
girl
do some
too, right?
Crazy shit. However,
The father kicked a girl.
All right.
what I'm
And he
saying.
kicked her in the head. Like, I don't know if y'all seen that kick. I was like,
That's what I'm
ooh,
saying.
what
So
the fuck?
why are they outside? If I pulled up and I'm the
that's what I'm
police
saying.
and I see this,
And the reason,
she getting shot.
and that's what I'm looking at. Like, okay,
Coming to know who may I help, who
Right.
call me.
But even
Where you
with
out
that-
of your house for? The person will call me if they not the house on the phone. I know that the police tell you.
But it's like, but even with that, again, like I said, the adults.
And if the adults are outside with her,
1 tree. All right. Here what my thing now. The other day, I link up with my woman, right? He just got his car tinted, so you know you can't wind down the window 5 days. So man, he had a choice to either drive the other car or that one. There. So me say, yo boy, I roll up big car to you, sir. Roll up big car. The man said, you know what? No, because they take them dark and that the cars to pull over and then the car wind the window down. So when I open the door, I can get shot.
Yep.
And it's crazy how that is our mind, how we thinking right nowadays.
Yeah.
You get me? So even if just to get pulled over,
you already putting it together.
you're already
Like, all right,
wrong.
what can I do
already.
right now?
You high risk already. You feel me? So they don't even know how to approach a car. You don't know how to approach them. So and it's crazy how we hypothetically thinking this before it happened or if it gonna happen. This shit never happened. It's just we just thinking what the hell gonna happen
Once they
tonight.
pull up behind you, like, oh shit, I gotta put my seatbelt on.
You get me?
I
And
know
this
he's about
dude don't smoke him, do nothing illegal. So imagine he's thinking like this, and this nigga don't do shit illegal, and he's thinking like this. Work 9 to 5 working nigga
That's crazy.
with that mindset. You get me?
But it's fucked up that we gotta think like that because shit happens to us
It
like
is.
that. Like, yo, I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all already know the Meek Mill story. I never knew his story. I just seen the shit on Amazon. This man was charged at the age of 18 for 2 charges: selling crack and pulling a firearm on a police officer. This man never sold crack, and he ain't pull a firearm on a police officer. 11 months probation. Turned into fucking years. He did half a decade in jail over some bullshit, right? And the part of the whole story that fucked me up the most was it was a black judge, female judge, that kept violating him on a technicality. He wasn't committing any crimes. And the justice system knew this shit was going on, and they didn't even really stop it. Like, his lawyers, his probation officer, the district attorney, they all telling this judge, like, this doesn't even make sense. And she was still allowed to do it. Now, had that have been a white person, it wouldn't even went down like that. They wouldn't have even been violated on any technicalities. So the way society's set up for us is fucked up. So, like English just said, it is fucked up that we gotta think like that. Like, shit, if I open my door, can't roll my window down, I'm gonna get shot. That's fucked up.
It is. But that's why I said it's a shame that an adult was out there come to find out and just wasn't setting an example to where now a child is dead. It still was a child regardless of your bad decisions, because clearly there's no fucking role model if the parent kicking the picnic too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is the little girl supposed to look up to at this point?
And I didn't even
That's
see
supposed to be her
anything
parent?
about charges on him, because I'd be damned if a fucking grown ass man kick my fucking
No,
daughter.
for real.
There's not gonna be no charges on that because all we looking at is the police officer.
Fuck, I'm going.
Because all we looking at is the police officer now. We don't know. We remember we still don't even know why.
I just
Why
felt
were
like
you- why?
he didn't have to shoot her
He
that many
probably
times. You know what I'm saying? But you never, in the instance, they said that shit happened in all of 20 seconds.
Yeah, when you watch the tape, he gets out the
They
car.
said
By
it
the
was
time he
all of
says,
20
"Yo,"
seconds.
by the time he says, you see her running with a knife. So I don't know who called me. If you're the one that called me, and I got there, oh, police, you here? It's me.
But again,
She
a
didn't
child,
know.
no proper
She didn't even know the
guidance.
police was there.
Right, a child, no proper
Very
guidance. Clearly, the adult should have been like, let's wait inside. Instead, they weren't an example, and now a child is dead.
Rest in peace. Sorry.
Unfortunately. But like I said, you just gotta be careful about those things, bullying with kids in school and things like that, because let's also not turn the other cheek. There's plenty of kids that have got jumped in bathrooms and shit without weapons that have also died and shit like that going on. So just be mindful, man. What's next up?
What was that next one?
We got some RIPs, a couple
Yes,
more
definitely.
RIPs.
Let me get DMX up here. So did y'all get a chance to take the tape on? Watch the funeral, watch the memorial at home this
Yeah.
weekend?
I did.
Yo, my dog drove through on a monster truck.
Yes. It was
Drove through New
thick
York
out
on a
there.
monster truck like crazy.
I'm still, I don't know if y'all heard anything. How y'all feel about his death? As far as them saying it was an overdose and
I'm not
things like
even
that.
paying attention to none of it because something that I realized about all of our people, it's always overdose. And guess what? They old and they taking either medications or drugs. And they've been doing the same shit for their whole life. So if DMX died of an overdose, this great DMX died of overdose. Because the DMX that I used to watch on stage used to be on crack. And we know that.
So
He
there
used to
was
be
an
doing this shit,
article
so-
his family put out saying that he didn't overdose.
And
He
if it was
they were
the
very upset
Corona
that
vaccine?
was the public, and he just got the
Clean.
vaccine 3 days prior to his heart attack.
Wow.
And that could mean that whatever the hell is in that vaccine can have complications, whatever other medication he's
But
with,
they say that.
whatever other stuff that he's
But
on.
they say that, and I just want people to be mindful too that everybody's body is not the same to certain reactions, things like that. So keep in mind and keep an
Exactly.
open third eye when you hear people telling you stuff like it's easy peasy, because everybody's body is different. It doesn't go exactly how the book might go that you might be reading in reference to whatever this is, okay?
Right. The anatomy is very different for everybody. But yeah, that's what they said though. So I don't know. I ain't really thinking it's an overdose. If you look at some of his videos before he passed, like he looks different. He looks healthy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look like he was strung out.
I just remember when DMX first came out, and we wanted to go see DMX in concert in Biscayne Bay. That's probably like the best concert I ever went to in my life. That nigga had so much fucking energy. I swear that the concert went from like dead to, yeah, like he damn near ended the concert in the middle of the show, and it wasn't even his show. Like in broad daylight. Like, that was when his first album came out. That's crazy. Rest in peace to X. Long live DMX.
For real.
Shout out the whole Knox Squad. I remember when DMX first album came out, we skipped school that first day to go get the shit. And by the time we made it back to school, I knew like half of the whole fucking album. Then I got in class. I got an ass whooping that day because they closed school. Dolo mom saw us on the side of the street. Big up Dolo Monkey, whichever part of that.
Black Rob.
Yes.
Whoa.
It's crazy because I had just seen a video of him talking about X. And I'm like, damn, what's wrong with him? Like, he was in the hospital in the video, you know what I'm saying? And then, boom. He's gone.
Whoa. That's crazy how ain't no like hip hop health plan, like for real. Like a lot of rich people with no like health benefits insurance, like for real. Like they really do need to start something like that. Cause you notice when people get sick and then they're like, it don't be shit for them. They'll help somebody get off of drugs and put them in a rehab, but you don't see them helping people with like, oh, that nigga need like a lung transplant or whatever the fuck. Athletes can break a leg and be back on the court next week. A rapper break a leg, he can't tour for a year. That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. They need to do something. It's a lot of big money in the industry for our people that have to.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like end up. That's crazy. That's Black Rob. That's like whoa.
Whoa. Right.
Craig Mack.
And I don't, like, what was wrong with him? Do y'all know?
I don't know. I mean, Black Rob had the same kind of problems, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. But he was already in the hospital though. Like they say he was in the hospital for a little while. But I know they were saying shit like he didn't really have nowhere to live and shit like that. But rest in peace, Black Rob. We lost another legend. Something. Dang.
Oh.
Tip of my tongue.
Shock G.
Shout G.
Yeah. Digital Underground.
Digital Underground.
Yeah, murder.
Right.
That's in my age right
But someone said something on Facebook today that these deaths be happening in threes. When Whitney died, who else died when Whitney died? Prince? And who else? Someone else passed.
Was it Michael Jackson?
I don't remember.
Nah, it was before her. I seen it, but these deaths be happening in threes. And it's crazy because that's fucking 3 fucking legends when it comes to the fucking hip hop, rap, like Man, X did a lot for people. Shock G did a lot for people.
If it wasn't for Shock G, we would have never had a Tupac.
Yeah, facts.
There would not have been a Tupac. Shock G signed Tupac
Facts.
and was like, come be our hype man. And then Tupac learned how to rap. And said,
I just thought he was always funny when he had that nose on. I just was like, he's a fucking character. You
like,
know?
this man kept this gig up for like however many years
Yeah, he did.
before he really like, he still,
Facts,
I really haven't heard him say that it was, like,
Yeah, there was a movie. What was the movie that he played in? And it had like the big fat guy with the pointy nose. And they had like the big twins. Y'all know the movie I'm talking about? Oh, it's an old school movie. I'm gonna remember it and then I'm gonna tell y'all when I remember it. But it was a movie he played in. It was like a weird movie, back in the day movie. But that's when I first learned who he was. Like, I really didn't know like that was the man behind the master plan when it came to the game until that movie. But I'm gonna remember that movie though. But yeah, man, we definitely lost some legends. This year started off crazy already, like for real. Definitely started off crazy. Ahmad, like a lot of black lives have been lost this year. How y'all feel about Derek Jeter? The cop getting prosecuted.
oh, you talking about,
For George.
I mean, it had to happen,
Yeah, it had to happen.
but that don't mean shit.
Right. What
It don't really mean that.
He was like,
That's like,
he'll go to jail, but he's not really gonna do that much time. He'll get out and do probation and some kind of shit like that, but he ain't.
What they might do, but the fact that, I feel like they should hold him
I mean,
accountable,
I'm happy.
just like everybody
I'm
else.
happy that he got found guilty. But all right, so if me, English, and Ryan went somewhere, right, and I jumped out at the gas station, went in there, robbed the gas station, shot somebody inside, and left, right? English and Ryan still getting charged with the murder that I did,
Mm. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah. Accessory to murder.
So his other homies, like,
What's up?
that was there, sitting there watching and blocking and guarding. That's the lookout on the corner. Who, yo, 5-0. They get part of the charge. They get part of the charge. That's part of the in what in Tekashi case they call that the racketeering, right? So that's the lookout man.
You know, that's crazy. I don't think I heard anything about that or anything about them saying that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so now that we know that it was murder and manslaughter and all this other shit, the homies that were accomplices, the codees when it's black people, right?
Defendants, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That they break down and all right, now that he got charged, where the rest of these motherfuckers at?
Yeah.
Because ain't none of them do the first 48 and start snitching, so ain't none of them supposed to go home.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
So it's good. And then all the OGs on the inside, they gotta do their job now.
And he's not even gonna be in regular population either. He's definitely not. They gonna tear that man ass up. They ain't gonna. He gonna be in solitary confinement for a minute.
He'll be all right.
He might kill himself. Well, they might say he killed himself and let his ass out.
Right. And we never see him again.
Right.
Witness protection program.
That's just crazy. The world we live in, yo.
Yeah.
Don't get the fucking COVID shot, man. I'm still telling y'all that. Don't get that shot. Don't get that shot. Don't get that shot. My father told me he got that shot the other day. I said, tell me why?
Yeah, my whole family started getting it.
Why?
Pops got his
He
shot.
said, man, they're not even
Mommy
about to
got
let you
hers.
fly if you don't get that shot. Fuck you mean?
I don't need to fly. I got a drone.
I am not putting any foreign substance in my motherfucking body. No. I just don't get it. And you know, the thing that I don't get either is, again, this shot does not prevent you from getting coronavirus.
That's why I won't take it.
Excuse me, yo.
It does not prevent you from getting it. So that's why I don't understand the whole fucking. It's like them saying, yeah, we got a pill for the hiccups. Alright. That's what's up.
Okay.
I don't know when I'm at hiccups, but thank you.
Right. I don't know. I just don't understand. Like, I just don't understand. You want me to get this shot, but it's not going to stop me from. I can still get coronavirus and die.
I don't want to be part of your 10-year testing.
Right. Tuskegee. Somebody else said that too.
It's not even Tuskegee. Like, we know exactly what it is. It's a test.
Yeah.
We know for a fact that shit. Usually, y'all motherfuckers do this shit for 20 years, but we know. So you take this shit 20 years later, be prepared to get your money on that commercial if something happens. If a complication happens 20 years from now, we're going to see them commercials that we see now that says, if you took the COVID shot on this date and that date and this happens and your toes are fucked up, give us a call.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you cash out.
I'm straight.
So-
I don't want to be one of them people, but suck your mother.
So,
Keep your shut.
you know what I'm saying? So I got a couple family members that's ready, willing to cash out when that time comes. Like, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm saying? Like when you wait that
But you
second
know what
round.
else is funny to me? Why don't we hear a lot of people dying from coronavirus now and how dramatic
As they
and
try to
drastic it was
sell.
before? Because they started opening a lot of things now.
Because I'm trying to sell you
I'm
a vaccine.
trying to figure out, like, I don't know, like, I started watching the news again just to see what was going on, but they're not stressing coronavirus no more. They're stressing that you get this shot, but they're not reporting to you the numbers anymore.
They're just telling you, oh, there's a second wave, there's a this, there's a that, a second strain. Because I got to sell you the solution now. I told you the problem. Now I got to make it look nice and sell you the solution. Like, so now they can't tell us people still dying and here's this vaccine, guys. People are still dying in the millions, but here, take this pill. You're going to be like, what the fuck am I taking the pill for? So now they don't let you know that people die and they're like, here, no, buy the pill. Don't worry about it. We're not going to show you that.
My people to wake up and open their eyes. For real.
How people that for do? And I said, sponsor on ganja and anytime I input. You know, nobody will smoke weed and catch corona yet.
There was another thing we wanted to talk about. Just about to pull up the picture, but there's a young lady that was trending on the media today that went to Mexico to get plastic surgery. This is her on the screen. She left behind a 13-year-old and a 1-year-old. They're not saying the cause of death, but she died on the table. Along with her, there was 3 other ladies that also had complications.
And this was in Tijuana.
Tijuana,
yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
And what, did any of the other ladies die, or it was just complications?
Well, there was 2 hospitalized. But yes, her name was Kiana Weaver. She was 38 years old. Like you said, mother of 2 from Long Beach. She told her family she was traveling to Florida to have some work done. And clearly it was in Mexico, not Florida. Yeah.
It's crazy because, a lot of people got these SBAs and these PPA loans,
Sure.
and a lot of these bitches is out here doing their bodies, and it's cool, you know what I'm saying, that you want to enhance your beauty. I ain't knocking nobody.
First and foremost, ladies, the only way that you supposed to go and spend your PPP on a body is if you selling pom-pom.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the
business.
only way that you can write it off legally, and they're not gonna ask you for your bread back. If not, that's not it's not a forgivable purchase.
I'm saying,
It's not a forgivable purchase, so just make sure that you're willing to write that down on a piece of paper.
Right.
And do your research.
If you get off the
Because
table.
a lot of y'all are out here looking real crazy. I mean, big asses, no legs. Like, do your research. You know what I'm saying? Again, I ain't knocking
Especially if you're going to Tijuana, like.
I'm not knocking nobody. But do your research.
Yeah, please.
Because that shit ain't no joke. And then when you're telling, like this young lady, for instance, you telling your peoples you going to Florida, your body's in Mexico. And you're not even going home to your kids or your family. Like, y'all, be smart about that shit, man. For real. Don't be out here doing that shit for no nigga. Do that shit for yourself, but be smart about it. Invest in yourself, but be smart about that shit.
Hold on, wait. She told her family that she's going to Florida to do it.
And she went to Mexico.
Like, and the second victim, Esmeralda. And
So if you know that you had to make up a lie to do it, you knew it didn't make sense.
What happened with the second victim?
The next person, Esmeralda, who was speaking out, she basically is saying that I guess the doctor tightened her abdominal muscles too much, squishing all her organs together and cutting off blood supply to her kidneys, causing some abdominal compartment syndrome.
All right, so whose fault is that?
That's her fault, but his fault. And the thing about it is, so a lot of these people go out of the country because, listen, this is the thing. In the United States, they're only allowed to take out but so much cc's. So they go out of the country because they want the excessive amount taken out so they can have that curve. But a lot of these doctors ain't motherfucking certified. They've done surgery, but they're not certified for the plastic surgery. They know how to do it, but it's not a real certification, so they're not doing all of the right requirements. They want that check.
So I might be a doctor that just know how to remove like the fat, but don't know how to protect the vitals around it, right?
There was a doctor that was an OBGYN that was out doing plastic surgery.
So
you
like,
deliver babies, you look at poom pooms, and you was doing plastic surgery.
I mean,
be smart, y'all. That shit's crazy as fuck. This
it
just
was in Tijuana.
Stomach muscles too tight where I had organ. What? That's just crazy.
Yeah.
I want to know how the other girl really died, because they said she died on the table. So what, did you hit an artery? Did she bleed out? Like what? Y'all females, do y'all research.
I don't know.
She's in Tijuana.
Yeah, you definitely
That ain't make no
research,
sense,
man. Yeah. She basically underwent a surgery in Tijuana in January, which reportedly included a 6,700 liposuction procedure. So, yeah.
Shit's crazy, man. Y'all.
Liposuction and tummy tucks, basically.
Liposuction and tummy tuck, and she died. 38, 1-year-old. 1-year-old's not even gonna know their mother. 13-year-old. It's just, y'all be smart. Do y'all research, man, for real, for real.
And the other girl basically says that she fell violently ill after returning to California following her surgery, and began bleeding internally and vomiting blood. Davis was ultimately hospitalized for 2 weeks after learning she was hemorrhaging inside. So you see what I'm saying?
Internal bleeding. So you had surgery, he didn't close something, and you was bleeding out.
That's why y'all have to do your research. Understand that
it ain't even about doing your research. It's like this.
No, it is doing your research.
I'm not gonna get mad at the dude that sold me a stolen car if I knew it was stolen.
Yeah.
If I know I'm going somewhere to get some bootleg shit.
But no, see, that's the thing though. There are real hospitals out there. This is what you gotta understand. They're not knowing that it's bootleg.
If I lied and told you I was going somewhere to do something else, I know I wasn't going to a real hospital.
Some of these girls don't want to let their family know because they don't want their family to discourage them.
So I tell them for.
Because she had to
anything I don't want nobody to know. I just don't tell them.
She had to leave her kids somewhere.
Right. And
she was gonna come back.
She said that she was going to Florida, right? And she was
Florida to do the surgery.
If I'm doing some shit like that.
She
Yeah,
was
my
actually in
kids-
Tijuana, not Florida.
My kids don't have an opinion on what I'm going to do.
And then another thing, y'all females that go do surgery and don't follow the following procedures y'all need to follow, y'all don't even look right. Like, I need y'all that's investing and spending y'all money to follow the proper procedures, because it don't make no sense that you go get a tummy tuck, get lipo, get a fat ass, and then your stomach still look fucked up. But you walking around with a fat ass, thinking that shit's cute. It's not. Be smart about y'all shit. If y'all want to invest in that shit, follow the procedures, do your research, please. It's too many of us women out here that are letting ourselves go, having medical complications because of fucking plastic surgery. Y'all gotta remember again, like we just said, the anatomy's a funny thing. Y'all bitches that's getting these injections to make y'all ass fat, it's a foreign substance. The body does not have to take it. And if the body does take it for a year, it can reject it at any point in time. K. Michelle.
That's true.
Be smart.
And that's what I'm saying, and don't get caught up in the hype. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to do something, do it for you, but don't get so caught up in what's going on with these other girls that you try to keep up by going to go do something. You know what I'm saying? Because what might be good for somebody else might not be good for you. You know? So I'm gonna let a story, you know, y'all just be careful. Of course, make your own decisions, but just be very, very careful, you know? It's your body, you know, you're not a toy. You gotta take care of yourself.
Big facts. Big facts. You got to take care of yourself out here, man. I don't got anything else.
Yeah,
I
I
got
don't really have
anything
anything else for the night.
Brat. Well,
What
y'all
for the week?
already know. What's poppin' for the week? I ain't doing nothing. I ain't going outside. I
What
don't
is going on
got
this
people.
weekend? His brain just drop the pin tonight. That's all I'm know.
Drop up in.
Drop the pin tonight.
Drop up in Tuesdays. Yeah, for those who don't go on Tuesday nights.
Yes. The girl them tough crackers is leaving to go play at Drop a Pin. Big up my boy Twitch. And Reach from Florida. Big up Twitch.
The whole drop the pin
Yes.
family.
Still fuck up from the blood clot in the right
Oh shit. Big up.
Slap boy.
Hold on. Big up the whole Potter Monday team last night. That shit was crazy. Everybody that came out for Tall Man birthday, thank you. I don't know. I appreciate it. And North said the 17th is our next one. Alright, bullseye.
Yeah. So again, everybody, if you want to be on the show, you know what I'm saying, make sure that you send us an email, sistersonthego3@gmail.com, so we could go ahead and connect with you and get you on the show. Make sure that you following the Facebook Sisters on the Go, the Instagram Sisters on the Go 3, and of course subscribing to the YouTube channel. So until next week, man.
Yeah. Good night.
We are.
English, them not pull up on you. Guy Ebbet.
Yo, give us some people. Sisters on the go every Tuesday. You don't know, BWCRadio.com. Make
No,
sure
I don't
to
want
tune in.
to
Show
protect
us
you,
over
dude.
representing all the team, though. Yes.
Yeah, she got DJ Moses on the book, SOG Tuesdays.